back day just not getting it done for you. You've really been trying to focus on expanding the width of your back, trying to increase the size of those lats, but it's been difficult. You haven't been able to quite hit the nail on the head on those specific exercises to make your back wider. Well, today you can look no further. Stay tuned for my personal back day. Intensity is the key when you're trying to grow your lats, trying to grow your back. There's certain exercises that you gotta have in there. The deadlifts are gonna help you put a heavier load on your back. Pull-ups are gonna help you really expand, lengthen, and stretch out the lat muscles and just all the muscles in between and the midsection of your back. You can complement all those exercises with some cables, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. So there's a variety that's gonna help you grow your back. You're not just emphasizing only your lats, you're working the rest of your back as well. You can't just work one section of your back, you're working the rest of it. It's just more emphasis on one piece. So we're gonna start off with pull-ups, make sure we're focusing on the negative going down, make sure our back is nice and loose for the deadlifts. When I'm doing these body weight exercises, especially pull-ups or back, you know, if I'm doing dips, triceps, chest day or whatever, I'm not rushing through these exercises. You can create a lot of tension just using your body weight without using a barbell or a dumbbell or any weight at all. You just use your body weight if you're using the right tempo. So I'm really focusing in on a negative movement and I'm making sure I get to the top. That's how I'm gonna maximize these body weight exercises and make sure I get a nice stretch, good tension in on a muscle group before I start hitting it with the weights. My back is nice and loose now, so I'm gonna head straight to the deadlifts. I know what you're thinking, it's ego lift time, but no, it's not ego lift time. I'm gonna pick a good weight. I'm gonna start off with one plate, go up to 2, go up to 3, potentially 4, depending on how my body is feeling. So I lifted heavier earlier this week, and if not, that's all right, because the main emphasis and the main focus, the main goal of what I'm trying to do here is get the most tension on my back. Now deadlifts work almost your entire body when you're lifting. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make sure that I keep my arms tight on the side of me so I can really focus on squeezing my back when I'm coming up and down. I wanna make sure I'm not rounding my back and I'm using a good enough weight to where I don't hurt myself. No ego lifting. All right, we're gonna stay right here on the platform. We're going for barbell rows, superset, underhand, overhand. Keep it real simple. Fight gravity. Make sure you pause at the top. Let's get it. If you get to this part in the workout and you're not feeling your back, you're not sweating, not at least breathing a little hard, you're not working hard enough. Point blank, period. Just because I'm trying to keep the emphasis on the back, I'm gonna stay at this weight. I might go up to 25 or a 10, but I'm really just focused on squeezing, focused on the negative. So I don't even really care how much weight I'm lifting. Just trying to create the most tension that I can in my lats, in my back, to get the most effective rep that I can. So same thing with the rows, with the barbell rows I'm doing on the dumbbell. Except now I get to isolate each side, my right side, my left side, and then I can load this up with like a 70 or 75, and I can really focus on the squeeze and the negative. So I'm gonna do the same thing with the dumbbells that I did with the barbells. Focus on keeping tension on the back muscle through the entire set. And if this is too much, I'm gonna go down. Like when I'm lifting, I don't really have any ego towards the weight. Like if I can go heavier with good form, good tempo, then I'll go heavier, confuse the muscle a little bit. But if I can't, because I've either already exhausted the muscle group or it's just not a heavy kind of day, I have no problem taking the weight 10, 15 pounds lighter so that I can focus on and keep the emphasis on the negative and squeezing at the top or the bottom of the movement. A lot of times we get focused on trying to change 5, 6, 7 different things in our life to reach a certain goal. But you gotta remember, if you just take one thing, if you just change one thing a week. So this week, I'm gonna focus on the negative movement. I'm really gonna focus on putting the emphasis on a good tempo and fighting gravity towards the bottom or the top position of a movement. Then the next week, I'm gonna add in the squeeze. Then the next week after that, I'm gonna add 5 pounds. Just focus on one aspect at a time when you're trying to improve in the gym or in any other area in your life. You don't need to try and take on 5, 6, 7 new things at a time. Just focus on one brand new concept, start incorporating into your lifestyle or into your workouts, and then the next week add something else. Gradually build up until you get to the point where you wanna be at. It's important that you incorporate isolation movements and movements where you're working both sides of the body at the same time. So we started off a barbell row. Now we're at the dumbbell row. I could really emphasize and focus in on just one side of my back at one time, opposed to where I'm using a barbell row, I'm lifting a little bit more heavier. So obviously I'm using 2 hands to help, but it's hard to focus just in on one side of your back. You're focusing on your back as a whole group. So the dumbbells are gonna give me the opportunity to come over here and isolate each side of my back. So it's important that you have a combination of the two in your workout program as well. Whether you're working your chest, whether you're working your back, whether you're working your legs, you gotta isolate the muscle group to help it grow. So we did some pulling from the bottom position, both under and over. Now we wanna do some more pulling from the top position, and then we're gonna take it over to the other side of the cable, and we're gonna get some pullovers. They don't have a long rope here, so we're gonna use the bar. So both of those things are gonna give us the opportunity to work our lats a little bit more and overall our back while using the cable machine. So we're gonna be able to create a lot more tension over here on these cables than we are with the dumbbells or the barbells. But it's important when you're doing back that you're pulling from different angles. So we got a couple up top exercises with the pull-ups, the lat pull down, and then the lat pullovers. We got some pulling from down low with the rows, dumbbell and barbell. We're gonna end it with some seated rows, so we're pulling from the horizontal position. I promise y'all went to school. All right, let's start with the lat pull down. not necessarily fighting gravity when I'm pulling down. I'm fighting gravity when I release the attachment. Same thing like when I'm releasing the attachment when I'm doing the dumbbell row. When I'm doing the lat pull down, I'm slowly letting the attachment go back up to the top. I'm not allowing the attachment to drag me up and down like you've seen in those funny TikTok videos where the person is like hanging from the lat pull down attachment, letting the weight just snatch them up and down. No, we want to control the weight the entire time throughout the set. That's how we're going to maximize the movement. That RDL position, that Romanian deadlift position, that bent over position is key. So if you haven't looked at my other videos on how to perfect your RDL position, make sure you go check that one out before you try to pullovers, before you try to bent over rows. That video is gonna help you perfect this form so that you don't miss any motion that is intended to put tension on a targeted muscle group. So for here, I wanna make sure I'm locked in position and the only thing that's moving back and forth are my arms. And I'm pulling down using my lats, and that's the only thing. All right, last exercise, I'm gonna do this one individually, is a seated row. So we're gonna try and keep our elbows tucked in a little bit more. We don't wanna have them out here. Got one of these grips at your gym, I would highly recommend using it. It's gonna help you, it's gonna first help work on your grip because you got this awkward little slope on here that your thumb goes to, which is gonna in return help fire off your forearms, especially when you're hitting back, which is gonna help you put more emphasis on your back muscle because it's harder to pull the attachment back. So if you got one of these, MAG, maximum advantage grip, you got one of these at your gym, always use this attachment whenever you can. Take it up for the last one. See how many we could pull. Remember, never compromise your form for heavy weight. I'm gonna make sure if I can't do this properly and effectively, I'm going down. I'm not about to sit here and ego lift, try and hurt myself, or not get the most out of my time. I'm already here. I've already took the time out of my day to drive here, make sure I'm full on food. I'm gonna make sure I'm getting the most out of each and every rep while I'm here. That way I can grow properly. I'm gonna weigh it in, even though I normally weigh myself in the beginning of the workout. I'm just curious to see what is at the end. I've been trying to go up in weight, I've been trying to take my time and go up in weight, I'll just say that. I'm not bulking, I'm not cutting, I'm just getting the right amount of grams per protein, or grams in protein per body weight a day, focusing in on my lifts, making sure I get my rest. So I'm gonna see where I'm at right now. And last time I checked, I was around 211. So let's see where we're at the end of the lift. And we had 208 today, not too bad. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more like this in the future, make sure you leave a comment in the comment section. Also, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe and notification button so you can be up to date on any other videos that I upload in the future. Thanks for watching. See you next time.